You've landed in the confidence zone with Susan Axelrod, the confidence coach. This is a place for topics of information and inspiration, a place to support you to find your confidence, get bold, and get going. Activation is needed today at all levels. Don't wait for someone else to lead. Lead now where you are with what you have. Your energy and enthusiasm matters. Believe it or not, it impacts all of us. Find your confidence, get bold, and get going. Hello, friends. Find your confidence, get bold, and get going. This is what we need today. I even said to one of my own clients today, I am feeling bold. I am, dare I say, even emboldened to really be even more in my purpose space, even more on point. And to the point, today, I have a guest to talk about something so fun and possibly so funny, I guess. I can't wait to bring her in and get started. This started because I was interviewing someone about a book that we are both in together. We are both writers in the #1 international bestseller, The Wisdom Collection, published by Summit Press Publishers, editor Anne Shaybani. So Vickie Molenda is a patent attorney whose background is science-based, which I love. And I was interviewing her here in this space about her chapter on IP, intellectual property. She's a patent attorney. We talked about AI. We talked about all kinds of things. And at one point, she talked about the fact that she was at a networking event and she has friendship bracelets attached to her business cards. And I was like, hold on a second, back up. What are you talking about? And so I invited Vickie. Hi, friend.
Hi, how are you?
I invited Vickie to come on live with me today and tell me the story. Vickie, friendship bracelets in business, start at the beginning. I honestly cannot wait to hear this.
Well, it started a couple of years ago. I'm a huge Swiftie, if you didn't know about from the friendship bracelets to begin with, but I attended her concert, and of course I saw like the great community and a great crowd, and just the vibe there is just so friendly and welcoming. And I went to a conference not too long after, and I saw the normal, tables with the pens and the notepads. I'm like, wow, this is really uninspiring, not really like, fun, and I just wanted to bring that same vibe to like networking events. And so I had the idea of making friendship bracelets, and I was like, what the heck, let's try and see what happens. Like I was waiting for the strange reactions and things of that nature, which I did. So I made these friendship bracelets and attached them to my card and then handed them out. So what they say is immeasurable, which is my business, illuminates, and then IP processes, because that's my tagline. So, I help people like wrangle all the angles of IP and tell them how to organize them and maximize, managing them to get the most out of their IP. That was my idea.
So, let me ask you something. Lift your arm back up and now take the bracelets and turn them around the other way so the words are facing you and the color is facing me. Turn them around.
Yep.
So immeasurable, illuminating, IP, whatever. These words, the word illuminating, of course, is a great word, but your business name spelled a little differently for your business may or may not resonate with someone. But this is where I want people to tune in. The way you're holding it up, they're adorable, pretty, bright colored bracelets, which people love today.
Right.
And but you really hit on and snapped out the business name and what you do. People know I teach my intuitive business system, and people know I love it when you say what you really do, with your business name, or you're very clear. And so, all right. So it started at a Swiftie concert. I never put that together. I should have put that together. And then, but Vickie, we're in the confidence zone. So I really have to ask this question. I want people, the reason this is so stunning to me is it's out of the patriarchy. It's like, it's something like friendship bracelets and business. It's unexpected. Other people might think it's not cool or professional or whatever. But I love everything about this because I think we need these kinds of things today, like
Yeah.
little bits of fun, funny, the bright color, etc. So, from a perspective of confidence, do you mind sharing with us how many years have you been in business in total, approximately?
Well, my personal business has been about 2.5 years,
No,
but
I
I've been
meant since you've
practicing.
been
Oh,
working.
yeah, no, it's been over 2 decades. So
Okay, so
I've
over
been,
2 decades. So I don't need to ask you how old you are, but that informs us. I've been working for 2 decades to give you an idea. And Because, I'm not sure that a 27-year-old would be confident enough in a professional, you got to be professional. I know because I work with them. I literally work with young professionals. But you were confident enough. Did you have did you like, oh, should I do this? Or were you like, I saw this idea came to me and I'm doing this? Which
oh,
way did it go for you?
so absolutely, I had the hesitation. And so the first time I handed them out was at a conference that was like a mixed audience, men and women. And so I did, target more women because I thought they'd be receptive, although some of them would
Obviously.
just be a little bit more. I did get a few like strange looks, but I actually received, like, I would say 95% of the time I received the same reaction that you had, was like, oh my gosh, this is such a great idea. Like, how'd you come up with this? It's great. And a lot of excitement. And then it also caused a lot of, conversations around, Taylor Swift and like other things that we liked. And so it was great. Yeah.
This is like massively huge. Honestly, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not, I bring drama to everything I do, but it's not melodrama. It's real because honestly, Vickie, I really feel that one of the reasons I love our book, the Wisdom Collection, is I think people need inspiration today. They need a jolt out of life. It's hard today. And I'm not saying it's harder now than it was for our pioneer women predecessors. I'm not saying, I don't know what people will be dealing with in the future. I'm just saying we're here in the present moment and there's a lot going on. And I feel distinctly, definitely, without a doubt, there's a universal difficulty, personal difficulty, not quite despair, but, on the way. And so that's why this resonated with me so deeply. Could you do me a favor? Could you hold up your business card again with the
Sure.
bracelets?
Yeah.
All right. So show me your card. Okay.
Yeah.
So that QR code goes to your website.
Yeah. It's all my contact information. So it goes.
Okay. So you have the QR code, you've got your name, there's your logo, turn it back over the other way. You got a nice picture. And then you literally physically took an old-fashioned hole punch, one of those
Fun.
old-fashioned kind.
Yep, exactly. Hole
Handheld.
punching, and tied it with twine for sure. And I
Yeah.
sat here making the bracelets while I was watching movies on TV on the weekends. Just, I like doing arts and crafts anyway. So it was a fun way for me to kind of incorporate my creative outlet, my arts and craftsies, to my business.
Which is also amazing. You're a patent attorney. Is there anything more boring than that? I mean, not for me, because I love IP. One of my dear friends from home is a patent attorney for decades. He's actually older than I am, coming into retirement, but I love everything. But I'm not saying that blue, purple, and yellow is embedded in the work of, research and science, patents, and IP. So
Right.
that's another reason that I really love this. What you chose to bring together your personal interest. By the way, I just have to stop, really park for a second on this networking thing. Vickie, I work with young professionals. I have the domain name foryoungprofessionals.com. And I'm sorry, but you're a little bit out of the
I
range.
kind of figured.
Yeah, but no, young professionals for me are aged 22 to 39. And also this conversation informs them. Look at what happened here. You had a 95% success rate. In this case, the word success means positive response.
Right.
Now, that would mean you had maybe 5% of the people had, we don't need to talk about what it was, but other than all in. Okay, so those are pretty good odds. Those are exceptional odds. Now, of the 95%, what I love about this is, especially for young professionals coming up, but also I might say for, I'm 63, I'm older. I've been working for 40 years. There might be something we could be inspired to do that might be cool. If I am a CPA and I garden voraciously at home, maybe there's something I could do about that. I don't know. That's what I really love about this conversation. That's why I do these conversations. And I really want to say thank you so much for joining me. The most important point regarding business networking, business connections, business communications, and so on is the point of mutual interest. So maybe I'm obviously not a Swiftie because I would have put together the friendship bracelets. Not that I'm against it. It's just not in my world. But if somebody is, they'll be like right away, point of a connection. In business networking, that, like, what do I say to people? I'm going to tell you, Vickie, my own 2 different daughters, 30 and 35, have talked to me about this. You have to go in. What do you say? How do you go into a strange place? This and that. So you created either that, or if they have that in common with you, they'd be like, oh my God, this is so great. You start singing tunes. Or if they don't get that, they still say, like, with curiosity, like, what is this? How did you even think about this? Right?
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. It definitely started a lot of conversations. And then because the first time I did it was when Taylor Swift was still in the concert and everything, it made sense. And then recently I brought them out again because, she, well, actually you might not know because you don't follow her, but she regained all her rights to all her old albums, which she bought all her rights, which was a huge deal because she's been trying to do this for a long time.
Oh, okay.
So as a celebration, I brought out this friendship bracelets again it was a women's focused IP event. And there it was like 100% hit because, these are people who obviously had the same like women focused views anyway. So they're a little bit more open to different ideas and things of that nature. So, but yeah, it was a great conversation. Started the whole group actually. Then it became like, oh, did you see so-and-so has?
Did you get the bracelets?
Yeah, it was great. It was really a lot of fun.
Do you always use the same color beads?
Yeah, so they're actually associated with the colors of my business. So it's like brand on brand. My website is more colorful. And when I started, everybody's like, are you sure you want to be that colorful? Because, you're in patent law, people think more like traditional neutral colors. I'm like, no, like this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make IP more relatable. Get out of the, IP nerds, like the ones who are like, not very social.
Exactly what I just intimated before.
Exactly. I am trying to break that mold and say, no, we're really fun. We can have color in our lives and be more interactive and that. So
one of my greatest teachings is to take the word try out of the English language, especially when it comes to personal achievement or business. And of course, I'll be tagging your website in the notes here, and people can go to look for themselves and see that you have succeeded in that. You intended to bring a bit of color to patent law, to bring a bit of color to something that maybe used to be a bit more dry or dull, if you forgive the expression. And you've done that. You're doing this. Another huge lesson for people who are listening to us to say, how did she do that? That took confidence. You're not, navy or black and white or gray and white or whatever might maroon or burgundy or, whatever those colors are that might have been expected. And I really love this conversation. I love this for us now. I really, really do, Vickie. I really feel like people are struggling. And now we have a lot of people who have lost, who've been summarily fired and dismissed. And of course, a few of them are coming back, but people are looking for jobs. And this conversation today, I'm not exactly saying that you're going to bring your little friendship bracelets into a job interview if you're in your 20s, but as a mature person coming into a job interview situation, at least this conversation that you and I are having could possibly inform them to ask with curiosity, wow, I wonder if there is a little something I can do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yes. I mean, just to make yourself stand out and be memorable. I mean, that's the thing, right? In a crowded room, you really need to make yourself memorable.
Right, exactly. And you have done this with these bracelets. I just love everything. In fact, there's a young person in my crowd here. She is Swiftie all day till Tuesday, and I'm going to be sharing this conversation. She's a young professional herself. Oh, I'm going to just send her this video and let her watch it. She'll know who she is. So Vickie, this is so fun. Getting to know you has been a pleasure. Having you say yes when I say, hey, do you want to do this? Informs me exactly how you are as a professional, confident in your industry, you know your stuff. And also because I've gotten to know you, I've read your work inside your chapter inside the wisdom collection. And also I've been to your website. I've looked at everything that you're doing. There's a lot to talk about with intellectual property today and AI and so on. So I encourage people to look you up, find you, and contact you and have a conversation. Thank you so much, Vickie. This was so fun. I honestly love everything about this.
Thank you, Susan. I appreciate it. It's been fun.
All right. I'll see you again soon for the next conversation.
For sure.
Right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.